What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back for another match preview. Big game, relegation brothers going at it head to head. Southampton versus Leeds United. Should be a cakewalk, or should it be? Before I get into it, please hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and of course, drop your comments and predictions below. Thank you to John Abbott for the super thanks on the last video, much appreciated. And thank you to Will, who's become a member of the channel, much appreciated. Thank you for becoming a member. Memberships are in the description if you want to help me out and the channel out. Really does go a long way. So thank you for your continued support and welcome, Will. Daniel Farke spoke today in regards to this upcoming game, and I know a lot of people are thinking that this is going to be easy pickings. And if it was, listen, I understand it. They're in a horrendous run of form. We're in good form. But we should know as Leeds United fans, things don't always work out that way. All right. Things, I'm not going to give my prediction just yet, but we should know that things don't usually run this smooth. But and Gavin here, everybody expecting us to win, so the players have to be up for this one. And this is something I was going to go into. Gavin has kind of alluded to it here. How often have we been the outright favorites in a game? It's very, very rare. In the past couple of years, this is something very new for these players. Now, are they up for the challenge? We're going to find out. But this is something that we haven't had for quite some time. Even in games I don't want to keep on referring back to the Premier League, but even some of the home games against some of the lesser teams, we go into those games thinking, man, if we could get a point here, this one here is we should be taking 3 points. But there are reasons why that may not happen, but there's also reasons why it could. And Deshaun, yeah, Charity FC. Have we stopped giving now? Have we stopped giving out free gifts now? This is going to be a test of it. This is a perfect test, and I'll get the table up in a bit just to show why. But this is a perfect test to see if we are going to stop giving out gifts. And Liam here, I love this from Liam. That's the old Leeds. We're going to win this one, and this is what we want to find out. But what I will say, and just I want to get this straight out, if we do happen to lose this game, it's not the end of the world. The pressure is definitely on Southampton this game. I mean, Russell Martin is under severe pressure at Southampton, but I don't like losing, as you guys know. But if we were to lose this game, it wouldn't be an outrageous thing to happen, because when you look at Southampton's team, it's still a good team, but you're hoping that Leeds can capitalize it and step on their necks. That's what I'm hoping that we do. Ryan Dudley here saying it's easy for us fans to get carried away. It's Leeds, don't forget. Yeah, I hear it. Listen, even after the game against Watford last week, and I was in the moment, man. I was buzzing. I was in it, and I was saying to you guys, oh, if Southampton deploy that high line next week, we're gonna walk all over them. But that's in the moment fan stuff. When you take a step back and you go, yeah, we're not used to this kind of scenario where we're going in as favorites. So it's a different dynamic, people. Gavin here saying we need an early goal. We're not clinical enough for last week for the first 45. But this is going to be something where the pressure isn't on us, Gavin, and everyone else for us to get the early goal. It would be lovely, of course it would. But if Southampton don't get the early goal, I can see the game plan for whatever they're going to do. It's going to get rearranged, because the fans are going to be on their backs. They're the ones that are at home. They're on a terrible run of form. The fans are going to expect something. And if they're sitting back, they're not going to be very happy with that. And what we've got to remember as well in this one, it's two very possession-based teams. Like, both teams love to have the ball. So it's gonna be kind of a game of chess, or it's gonna be a basketball game or a game of chess. We will see. Bob saying maybe this may be a good game for DJ's pace on the break with the space they leave at the back. That's if they leave the space. So I would be very surprised. Like, I need you guys, if you haven't seen the Southampton Leicester game, one of the goals was an absolute disgrace. It was a disgrace. And if they leave that kind of line, we will take advantage of that 100%. Deshaun here saying, honestly, a draw wouldn't be so bad, but I think we need to make a statement in this game. Perfect, Deshaun. See, you guys are so smart. I don't even need to do this anymore. Peace out. No, I was going to say that it would lay down on marker if we're to go to Southampton and get 3 points, and it would probably be the end of Russell Martin before the last game before the international break. Can we be that team? We're always that team where our managers get sacked because they can't get the job done. Can we do that to another team? Listen, Russell Martin, I'm not wishing him bad or nothing like that. He'll get another job. He'll be fine. He'll get compensation. But will we be the team to pile on more misery? I hope so. And Gavin here, Bamford on bench. Okay, let's get into Danny Farke's comments. There wasn't a lot today. It was better than the last one. Let's just say that. Um, Daniel Farke, first of all, Daniel Farke, pleased with Mateo Joseph's progress in training, reckons he'll play a big part at the club in the medium to long term. And that was music to my ears. I loved hearing that in terms of Mateo Joseph being involved, because when I see the way that we build up and the way that we counter, and I think of Mateo Joseph's finishing ability, he would be perfect on the end of some of these chances. We're still getting those ones where we put it across the box and either Perot or Rutter isn't running in on the 6-yard box. Perot's done it many times. Of course, we saw him with that tap in after Dan James's assist. But we still need that in the box, and that's what Mateo Joseph is. He's a fox in the box, and I think that will benefit him brilliantly. Hey, Luke, my birthday today. Happy birthday, Luke, man. Shout out to you. Enjoy. I hope you've had a good day. And more news on strikers. Farke says Bamford is in consideration for the squad at Saints. We are unbelievably happy to have him back. He's a quality player. And also Nanto has had successful surgery. So that's a good thing as well. So Nanto's timeline should be as expected after the international break or after the next one. Yep, after the international break. So that will be great to have Nanto back. But as we can see here, Bamford is in contention. Now, Ryan. We are unbelievably happy to have him back. That's why I like Farke too. He's got a good sense of humor. Tremendous. Listen, I think what I will say, and I don't know, because I've had a real good day, people. Maybe I'm in a good mood, but I'm not gonna big up Bamford or anything else like that. But what I will say is that Farke does seem to get the best out of people, and that doesn't mean that it's going to make Bamford prolific or anything like that. But if Bamford, this is the big if though, isn't it? If Bamford can just give us a good cameo off the bench once every 2-3 games, then he will be helping out. He will be helping out. He doesn't start nowhere near does he start in this team for me. But if he can be a serviceable player off the bench, then it's okay. It's okay up until we can sell him. And I'll always maintain that. I don't want him here, but he's here. So we've got to use him. We have to use him at some point, unfortunately. I mean, we have to use him at some point. Forget I said unfortunately. But if he can just give us a good cameo once in a while, then good. Then good. But the thing is with me with Bamford is I don't know how he fits. You've seen some of the football that we play. I don't see how he fits into that. It worked for him back in 2018, 19, 20. This is now 2023 and many injuries and a much slower Bamford later. He doesn't hold the ball up like everyone proclaims he does. That's gone, people. Don't talk about Bamford's hold up play no more. The ball was bouncing off his legs in the second half of the Premier League season. It's all there. The evidence is there. But can he give you a good cameo once in a while? When the game is stretched, can he be on the end to finish off some of the work by our tricky wingers? That's all we can hope for. Deshaun, that's mad, you know. He'll come off the bench and gets injured. No. Lord have mercy. Katrina saying no, we don't have to play him. I wish it was that simple, Katrina, but what you have to understand is you're talking about a player that's on a decent wage and he still has a lot of fan support. So fans seeing a healthy Bamford back, some of them are going to be buzzing. And we know that goes a long way with the Leeds United fans, I'm afraid. If I had my way, I would put Mateo Joseph ahead just for the pure finishing ability and the way that we build up. But we are going to see him. But listen, I don't believe in him. This is going to be up to Patrick Bamford to prove me and other detractors wrong. And that should be the right way because he's failed the last couple of years, whether it's his fitness or his big chances missed. He's been the failure. So, you know, if there's any big Bamford stands out there, well, I'm sorry. But it's up to Patrick Bamford now to change people's minds. It really is. I know, Katrina. I hear you, man. I hear you. I can only call it how it is, though, Katrina. I'm sorry. Jake here saying Bamford will be good as sub if he stays fit. Not much pressure on him. There's zero pressure on Bamford, Jake. Now, I don't think I think the expectation for Patrick Bamford is so low that no one expects anything from him. I think the people that say he can score 10, 15 in this league, I don't think that they're all there. I'll be real with you. I don't think they really watch other football besides Leeds United. So they'll think that Patrick Bamford could now come back to the championship and be a prolific goal scorer, even though he wasn't when he should have scored like 50 under Bielsa. But no, there is no pressure on him. The pressure's now on other players, our other key players in the team. I think the pressure's more on people like Ampadu now, who's just a consistent player now. The pressure's on Jorginho Rutter. There's pressure on all other players, and maybe that will suit him more, Jake, and everything else. You're right. But the only thing is we won't know until he plays. It's the same thing I say about Junior Firpo, who also isn't fit, by the way. We just don't know about these players until they start playing games again in this league. And that's what I'll be waiting for. I know, Paul. We're gonna move on now, Paul. Don't worry. That's enough of the back, and that will be it for me. Okay, until he plays, that will be it. All right, we'll move on nicely. I hear you. I hear you. Let's continue on. Um, let's have a look. Yep. Yeah, Farke says the club's still working on the Helder Costa situation. He's in his last year of contract, but he's not out on loan. Nothing has changed. All respectful. Player wants to go, and he's not in Farke's plan. So again, it's just a case of probably waiting for a club who, when the window opens, or maybe Helder Costa can find a place on a free, and then we can terminate his deal, work on a mutual termination. I think that will get sorted out pretty soon. And then, of course, underneath, in regards to this game, is there's no time to be overconfident to face the struggling Saints. I couldn't think of a worse time to play them with their four losses. You look under every stone and exert every detail. They've done exactly that, and he's right. It seems like it's a shoe-in, a banker for us to have an away win here, but you know how it goes sometimes. A wounded animal is one of the most dangerous, and Southampton are on a horrific run of form. Yeah, let me just show you the table. You know, there's us here in sixth place. Nice. No reds here. We're doing well. But our points are 13. Southampton here are only 3 points behind us. They're only 3 points behind. So it's not like we are streets ahead. It's just that lately, Southampton have been doing a lot of this. Now, can we make that 5 X's here? I hope we can. But that's why it's not as cut and dry as people are making it. We're only 3 points ahead of this team. But he is correct in what he's saying, and I urge a little caution too. But I would love to go to Southampton and just blow them away. I would love for us to take the initiative and get that early goal, as people are saying, get the crowd on their backs, make it an uncomfortable atmosphere, and stick the boots in. That is what I would love to see. Gavin. Purple should be ready by March 2027. Tremendous. Darren, it's true. Yeah, it's right there. They've leaked 19 goals already. You know, they think they're us from last season. They think they're us. But no, they are. They're horrific. But it's because of the high line that they keep playing. They've been caught so many times, people, with unbelievable bad defending. It's been unreal. It's been absolutely unreal. So but that's why it's in our favor, and that's why we go into this game away from home against our relegation brothers Southampton as favorites. We are favorites for this game. Yeah, Andy, yeah, let's not do a Leeds, just smash them and smash a like brigade. Yeah, please hit a like on the video. But yeah, absolutely. I would love to come away from this game 4-0 winners. Just a comfortable 4-0. Everyone's eating, everyone's getting on the score sheet, getting assists, clean sheet again. Love to see it. You know what I mean? We're not doing predictions yet, though, people. In a minute. We're not going to be too long on this preview. But yeah, let me just go back to the press conference thing. Russell Martin, yeah, he said good things about Russell Martin. And yeah, I think that was it, really. That was it. There was something else in regards to, does Joe Rodon come back in? Now, 100% for me, Joe Rodon comes back into this team. It's all well and good saying that the team last week kept a clean sheet. He also did mention about, oh, you know what, I should come back. Let me just find something here. I would absolutely put Joe Rodon back in, because there wasn't a lot to do for the defense last week. So even though it was a clean sheet, Watford didn't do nothing. And the time they did get in was when a certain somebody got on the pitch late in the game. I'm not saying nothing, but it looks like that guy may return. And listen, you know what? There's a couple of little sensitive dudes. I think the guys they got male names that say, "Can you call him by his name? He can help you with you." Do you realize how many nicknames that Bamford's got, Junior Firpo's got, and people are getting upset about me calling a guy by his squad number? Can you believe it? You guys, don't be so sensitive, man. Change your tampons a little, okay? Chill out. All right. I will call him what I like. If you don't like it, skedaddle. Seriously, peace out. He's number two. Like Skip Bayless called Kawhi Leonard, he's number two, mate. So yeah, it looks like he may come back in, which is it's a bit of a shame. But Farke keeps talking him up. He keeps talking him up, man, and it sounds like he may come back in. Let me just get this quote up. I don't know if they're dudes, I don't know. They're way too sensitive. I just don't understand. Honestly, and maybe it's me. Maybe it's because my heroes aren't people that I've never met. I've got people around me and known people that I love and respect. So people need to out a hero, and maybe this is one of theirs. But I just don't get how people get so defensive over people that are just not good anymore. He was good once upon a time, but he is not good no more. But some people just hold on to that memory. Maybe it's a missing partner or something that they don't have in their life. I don't know, but it doesn't relate to me. That's all I can say. Gail got a few names for Bamford, not very nice, but that's what I'm saying. There's words and names that people get called: Firpo, Bamford, Liam Cooper. There's so many names, and people get upset about me calling a man by a squad number. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. But yeah, this is one of the things for what Farke said. Farke said the only real fault that he could pick against the performance against Watford were two late chances conceded that Watford had. I don't want to lie, it was a pretty good performance. We take confidence out of this. Listen, yeah, if you want to avoid that, you know what to do, Daniel. But I've got a feeling, people, that we're going to see number two back in the team. I would just say that Joe Roden comes back in. We got Southampton, and look, and this is why I say bring him back in. Southampton, as bad as they are, they've still got threats. Che Adams at this level is a threat. Ross Stewart. Adam Armstrong for me is the main one. This is the main guy here. Well, I don't know why they use such a young picture of Adam Armstrong there, but he is one of those that can cause problems for us. And those two last week, Strauch and Cooper, they were not tested near enough for me. Southampton, I do believe, will test us more. You bring back Joe Rodon in straight away. He's the best centre back at the club, really and truly. Darren saying you just wouldn't believe it, KG, some of the undying support the old guys get. Yeah, I get it, Darren. Listen, if I was the same, Darren, I'd probably be on 20,000 subscribers. It's easy to do it, but I keep it real here. I keep it real, and I know football, so I'm not just going to big up players that are not good enough for this football club and say that they're good when they're not. I'm just not going to do it. It's just not going to happen. Gavin, I don't know if he's fit or not. I honestly don't know. But yeah, I mean, Darren here though saying their centre backs are relegation level. They lost Bella Kotchap, which was a huge one. I thought they were going to get to keep him. They obviously lost Ward Prowse as well. They lost a lot of people. Who else did they lose? Salisu. They lost him too. So yeah, there is ways to get around it. Obviously, Carl Walker Peters, Ryan Manning, as we know, who we were allegedly after. But then they got this guy. Remember what I said about this guy, people? Ryan Fraser. Now, this could come back to bite me, but that's just not how you recruit. Ryan Fraser he's done. He's done at this level. He's done at any kind of level. He's not a Premier League player, and he's not, for me, he's another championship winger. They could have signed anyone from the championship and they'd give him what Ryan Fraser's going to give them. It's just uninspired signings. So we'll see. We'll see in terms of what Southampton offer, but of course they do have a few key players. I don't rate the goalkeeper. I've got to say, Gavin Bazunu. He's an Irish number one. I'm sure any Irish fans will probably hate this segment now, but I've just never been convinced by him. I just don't think he's that good of a goalkeeper. I think if you put the pressure on him early, we can rattle him and get in his head. And I think that we should do that. I think we should get on him as soon as possible because he's not that good, I'm afraid. But we've seen this season so far. A few goalkeepers have had their man of the match moments. I just don't know if he's got it in him, but we will see. Um, yeah, Salisu as well. Yeah. Darren here saying Ryan Fraser is finished. We'll be surprised if he can do anything of note. Yeah. Yeah, Darren, this is it. Absolutely correct. Bazunu is like Melier last season. Every shot goes in. That's what I've always seen from him. It happened last season, but unlike Melier, who's kind of steadied himself this season, Bazunu has gone. He's the same as last season. So let's keep the pressure on him because he's not a good goalkeeper. Um, let's have a look. Yeah, Edozie. Yeah, he's a good player, but I still think that we've got more than enough for this team, especially in the forms that we're in. But yeah, let's get into some score predictions, shall we? Shall we do that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go in for this. I'm gonna go for this has either got the potential to be a 4-3 thriller or a real chess match where both teams who are heavily possession based just cancel each other out. I'm gonna go for a 1-0 victory to Leeds United. I'm gonna go for a tight one. Hey, I'm going to go for a tight 1-0 victory. How does that sound? Another clean sheet, add it to the list, and let's go. Let me get your score predictions in. Gail saying 3-2 to Leeds. Yeah, I like that one. Gavin saying 5-2 to Leeds. Tintin saying 3-1. Lervish saying 2-1 Southampton, but Lervish is someone who's I don't know if it's a Leeds fan or not. I gotta say it's always trolling comments, but I'll put it anyway. Tintin saying 3-1 to Leeds. Allison is saying 11-0. Nah, it's 1-1. I got you. JTech saying 4-1 Leeds. Che Adams to score late to win a clean sheet streak, I should say. Annabelle saying 2-0 to Leeds. I like that. Mahanri. I'm gonna say Mahanri. Yep. That's why I had 1-0 Leeds. Yeah, I like that. Katrina 3-1. Paul saying 2-0. Darren's going for a good old 5-0. Yeah, spank him in it. So whip him. Deshaun also going for a 5-0. Wow. Listen, I hope it's some of the scores that you guys are putting. Honestly, Ray saying 2-1 to Leeds, Nate going for a Rutten Ballon d'Or performance. And look, that's what I'm saying. We've got players that are absolutely beaming right now. Perot, Jorginho Rutter. Will Jaden Anthony get a start this week over Dan James? We'll see. Um, Gavin, if number two starts, are we allowed to change our minds? Look, you've got to factor it in. I think he will be starting. I hope not. I think Jackson did more than enough on the right hand side in the last game to keep his place, but we've heard multiple times from Farke how big of a character he is. So it sounds like he might be back in, but I hope I'm wrong, people. I really do, because we're just a better team without him. That's the cold hard facts of it. It's not an opinion; it's facts. The facts are he's one of the most dribble pass players in the league. This is the championship, not the Premier League no more. So let's try and move on, but we shall see. We shall see. Joe Roden for me comes straight back in. Sam Byron plays again. Honestly, he's doing more than I thought he would have done at this stage. Absolutely brilliant so far. We've got a lot in our favor, people. Does Archie Gray come back in? I think he probably comes back in for Glenn Kamara this week, but yeah, we've got a lot of options, people. A lot of options. Um, 7-0. We're gonna hand out someone a 7-0, people. We will. And Diggler saying the same thing as well. We will be handing someone a big beat in this season. I know it's gonna come. I just don't know if it's gonna be this game. I just don't get the feeling for this game, but I would love it to. But we are gonna hand someone a one heavy beat in this season. I promise you, it's coming. It's coming. Um, Gavin saying we play QPR Tuesday, rotate, then not tomorrow. I think QPR is Wednesday, Gavin. I'm willing to be wrong on that, but I think it is Wednesday that we've got QPR. And Gail just bigging up Byram again. He's been excellent. He has. Look, you guys know me. I wasn't expecting too much. It was more of a case of if he stays fit, can he be a serviceable player? And he's been above and beyond that so far. Absolutely brilliant. And it's only the benefit of Leeds United when, I don't think he's going to do too much. He's been excellent so far. Full credit to him. And you know what is even better as well? He's getting even more comfortable by the game on that left hand side. It's not free flowing as it would be with a natural left footer. It never will be. but he's getting better in that role as an inverted fullback. So full credit to him, absolutely full credit. Ted saying Anthony quite impressive with his speed and finishing. That's what I'm saying. Will he get a start? Maybe Dan James comes off the bench in this one. Jaden Anthony get his first start. I wouldn't be against it. I would not be against it, even though Dan James is our biggest chance creator, people. He's our biggest chance creator. Well, actually, no, he's got the most assists. Jorginho is our biggest chance creator. So he's up there, though, with the numbers. I know a lot of you don't like that. But yeah. Nate, we getting a watch on Saturday. Nate, you're probably not even going to get a match reaction after the game. I just got to say, I'm going to be out of town this weekend. So what I'll either do is I'll either record something in the evening when I'm back in. It all depends on what I'm doing because I'll be out of town this weekend. But I will be back regardless Sunday. So I could wait until do the match review with you on Sunday if you can wait that long. Okay. It won't be a regular occurrence, people. Don't worry. I will be back after the match for every other game, but I have plans this weekend. So yeah, just stay tuned and keep the notification bell on for me, and things will be back to normal after this weekend. I know, Gavin. Look, I'm sorry. I apologize, but yeah, I got stuff to do this weekend, but I will react to it, and just join me live when that happens, please. Um, Nida is saying Rutter is becoming like Zidane in this league. Listen, he's going to continue to source. You can see with Jorginho, the confidence is just growing and growing every game. And he's got to keep that up. He's got to keep on getting comfortable. I think he's starting to realize as well, by the way, people, what something else I noticed, and I didn't say it in the last one. He's starting to notice that he's not going to get those little free kicks. You know, when you feel a hand in your back and then you go over, you're not getting those in the championship. And I think Jorginho and a few of the other players have started to realize that, and they're just getting on with it. Absolutely getting on with it. So yeah, wonderful. But yeah, listen, people. Oh, yeah, I've gone with mine, and it 1-0 to Leeds, 1-0. But of course, I would love to have Southampton a shellacking. That would be lovely. Keith, let me get this one and just to round this one off. 4-1, Bamford scored, deflected four from Cuppy's ears. I've always Keith, I love that. You know what I've always said about that? I said it against Leicester when I thought he scored and he actually missed and he just walked back to the halfway line. I thought, as I say before, it's lucky I didn't do a watch long because I went absolutely ballistic. But I thought he scored and was just walking back casually, like he didn't just get us 3 points in the last minute of a high pressure Premier League game. When I realized he missed, I was like, that's why he didn't celebrate. But yeah, I don't care if he celebrates. I don't care if he cups his ears, shushes everyone. I don't care what he does. I don't care if he does the DX, suck it. I don't care what he does. Just score the goals, please. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. And Mahanri is saying, enjoy your time away, KG. We all have a life, even outside the great club. Yeah, that's all it is. Just coincided with the game. It's how it goes, real life and all that stuff. But yeah, I'll still be around. Don't worry. Darren here saying, I love how Jorginho improved his physicality and is now challenging and backing into defenders. Yeah, he's got no fear, absolutely no fear. And that's something, that's why I'm saying the shackles have come off Jorginho, and we are seeing kind of the potential that maybe Victor Orta saw at this level anyway. We'll say that. We have to preface that, I guess. But more power to him, man. And I love it. You can see it, as everyone keeps talking about his smile. He's playing with a smile now. He did not have this smile on when he was coming on for cameos when we were 4 and 5-1 down. I said on those match reviews, what the hell was he expected to do when we 4 and 5-1 down? Seriously. Honestly, what was the point? But yeah, he's playing with a freedom. I think he knows that he is the man here in terms of he's got his spot secure. Yeah, he's loving life, man. He's loving life. But Mahan Rai. I'm gonna try and remember it. Don't worry. But yeah, listen, people. I'm gonna keep this one under half an hour. And just please put your score predictions below and anything discussed in the video. Smash a like before you go. Subscribe, and I'll see you when I see you next, people. Let's go, Leeds, and let's win this game. Peace out.